Hello, world. So if you've seen the productions of vehicles or, the connotation of government, for theocracy in 1969 to 2014, you're looking at more of a free deal, of a new deal for free trade investment. So, it's being able to know more about your central market and your Austin code, and that's pretty much where we're using a lot of data going to as well for a lieutenant district, and we're using 245 of them. So it's pretty much putting in the people to the portion of where that goes to those 245 barrels, and being able to give them a little leisure, depart depending on how much do they take at the end of the day. You're supposed to take only like 400s at the end of the day. You're supposed to take 400 and be able to get your context clues into what you're getting from AIG, ARP, um, AIG, ARP, amerigroup. You're just using those resources over and over again, like if it was equations um, or patterns or combinations at the end of the day. So it's pretty much where you're just using majority of that to build more style into your descriptive language at the end of the day, and being able to use more connotation for what you pay for and what you're inspiring at the time, trying to put both of that in the payment that you use to pay for new products at the end of the day. So it's pretty much using 18 months, 95 months, 85 months of experience coming from Amazon, Restaurant Depot, Aquatics Vision, Enterprise, and using the same amount of entertainment for 735 population on Vivo, on Vine, on Hulu. Just because time is there's a lot of time that we have left on the Broadway key at the end of the day. So, it's pretty much using, your combined like terms and using at least 87, 75, 65 different units from every transition system in the economy at the end of the day. So, that's looking at world history, that's looking at that's looking at government, that's looking at macroeconomics, and that's seeing how much you can spread your account. Being able to use a positive form of intuition and intuity. You know, and being able to use the equality of equilibrium. Being able to match it up with 2021 Chevy Suburban at the end of the day. So it's at least 21, 42, 23 different models like that has that connotation with it. So it's pretty much where you're using it at Chuck Nash, Mack Hawk, Hannah Chevrolet. You're using it in your McDade, Glen, B Cave, now Maxwell. Using it in your 1869 to 1988 style, and being able to purchase up to 2018 to 2021, and being able to get that full purchase for that vehicle is what's really out, right now, and that's pretty much what's popular for sale at the end of the day. In my videos of Vivo, Vine, YouTube, Comcast, T-Mobile. My network websites from different points on on Comcast midpoints at the end of the day. And, it's pretty much where we're looking at Comcast grid midpoints and figuring out our previews of subscriptions at the end of the day. And, being able to make our own program of businesses pretty much where we want to be able to use that and, be able to connotate more described diction, between what I do for that system. And, that's pretty much where you're using all types of comparing contrast and, being able to use combined like terms as you separate differences and, simulate similarities. That's pretty much where you're using orange, green, and blue classifications for 9,800 dimes of 980 dimes, and being able to collect more of that for for a propelled performance activity. And it's pretty much where you just gotta expand the theory. You got T-Mobile. You got T-Mobile and you got Vivo, so that's pretty much where you can use those applications as main districts in the network environment, other than Aarp or True West, Aarp, True West, Aarp, True West, AIG, ABF. You're using those in the connotation system, and you're just using different fibers of 85,945 different components with purple, green, and white situations on them. So it's like 30 trucks of a document at the end of the day. So that's working with a little bit of AIG, that's like working with a little bit of Aarp, and that's working with a little bit of JJ Pickle Reform. So that's working with purple, green, and orange classifications, and being able to deal with business as a natural retailer from a certain range of state, country. You're pretty much dealing with a majority of the popular people at the end of the day, the popular vote at the end of the day. So it's pretty much, as you being able to deal with those people, you being able to deal with more popular sovereignty, Chick-fil-A, Cane's, P. Terry's. You're dealing with chicken and chicken and established credits at the end of the day. So that's pretty much what we wanted to do, to promote more for the constant rate of how to promote more for 2008 of 2018 and 2024. And that's pretty much working with a $84 million investment, just my personal individual myself. So that's working with at least 847 profiles of individual productions at the end of the day. So it's working with PFG, ABF, and YRC, and working with different routes along 8,326 different coordinate points of routes that get used on a weekly balance at the end of the day. So that's just going from Luland to Brenham at the end of the day. So that's pretty much what Settling Agriculture does with 90 dimes, 80 dimes, and with 70 dimes, as they think of district coordinates, where you got majority of what you need, more for the sub points. That's pretty much what Settling Agriculture sub points does. So it's pretty much looking at yellow, orange, and blue color tyrannies, and being able to deal with those impasses as 90 yards past, 900 miles past, and you go through 9 different feet of densified our aquatics at the end of the day. So, it's pretty much working with 3 yards. 3 feet. You're working with 6 feet. You're working with 9 feet. It's pretty much as you being able to deal with your normal day of counters at, your recreational pools at the end of the day. So, I was working with $958 million investments for, at least 958 dimes a unit, and, being able to create at least, 98 objectives, 53 objectives, and 93 objectives about Ferrari, about 2021 Suburban, 2022 Z71. So you'll know more about the efficiency of the measurements after 2306. So, it's pretty much where you're being able to lead up to after 2014 of a main department of transition at the end of the day, a main department of transit at the end of the day. So, it's pretty much looking at Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona to Nashville, Tennessee at the end of the day. So, it's pretty much where we're being able to use better networks and coverage plans, and, being able to use, cell phone data as a breach to use more for the liability and reliability of, showing up and being able to be at work for your Declaration of Independence of time at the end of the day. So, it's working at a full 90, 80, 65-hour shift, and you work it 3 times after 3 weeks. So, it's pretty much where you're working with the full-time definition of aquatics, Amazon Aquatics, and Restaurant Depot along with Enterprise. So, that's just basically focusing on, Big Stacy, Northwest, and Elizabeth Nay. And, it's being able to know more about the environmental sciences of the local environment, in Barton Creek and in Highland and in Lakeline at the end of the day. So, that's making at least $938 million a month at the end of the day. So, it's time to better a new house at that time. You're getting into a new real estate property from 2005 to 2018, and that's pretty much what could cause a problem with the disorderly, or the sick, or even the misfortunate at the end of the day. You thought wrong, you got the wrong answer. It's pretty much 98,875 questions where you get questions wrong, and that's pretty much where you're higher than the ACT at the end of the time. So, you just got to be able to maintain to your capital statistics, and being able to know more about your own 90% rating, and understanding more about Indeed, TransUnion, and Aarp, and being able to figure out what your nationwide transition is through Arizona, Colorado, and Tennessee at the end of the day. So, I was looking at Task Manager, I was looking at AmeriGroup. That's pretty much what we're focusing on at the time. AIG, Aarp, and amerigroup. And, those are just symbols and company brands that give you more of your appeal to, be able to have a constant movement, and more proof of evidence that you pass 90 days, 60 days, 30 days. You had at least 931 months on your record at the end of the day of full-time business. How it was purple, orange, and white at the end of the day. So, I was working with a full 2:30 p.m. and getting up at 9:30 a.m. Having a set for at least 233 weeks at the end of the day. So, it's pretty much where you're using $840, $40, and being able to use it for 87 months, 77 months, 47 months. So, you know, that's pretty much using it for different economic systems of purple, yellow, and orange. Classifications of profiles at the end of the day. So, you know, that's pretty much where you're using more of Vivo, T-Mobile, Comcast, and, you know, being able to use a transition distributor from there. You know, that's pretty much where you get more of your tax references or your bill statements or your invoice forms. And, you know, being able to just give a ticket a meal, and, you know, understanding more about the 900 meal that's required for, you know, the evening at the end of the day. So, you know, it's working on 900 miles. You're working on 90 miles, and, you know, that's pretty much where you're using, you know, the decency of detail for advantage at the end of the day.